Hello everyone, Nevada Virtual Academy, having the best day ever. We're moving on, Mr. Rain here, dividing rational numbers, dividing real numbers, dividing any numbers, dividing your happiness, whatever, okay? What is the rule? When you divide, well, let's talk first about the signs, right? If you divide two numbers, rational, real numbers, with different signs, your answer will be negative. If you divide numbers of the same sign, two numbers of the same sign, right, your answer will be positive. As you can see here on this table, a few rules. When you multiply a number by its inverse, by its reciprocal, if you want, talking about fractions, your product will be 1. And be careful here that says a non-zero number a, right? Why are we making that non-zero? Why are we making a different than 0? Is because 1 over a will be undefined if a is 0, right? So regardless if your a is rational or real number, you have to make sure that a is different than 0. Good. When you divide, you skip, flip, multiply, right? You skip the first number, flip the second one, and multiply them together. As you can see in this example here, 1/3 divided by 3/4, you rewrite 1/3 the same way it is. You flip 3/4 into 4/3, which is its reciprocal, right? And then you just multiply them together. And when you multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, top times top, bottom times bottom. Make sure when you add fractions, make sure you're not doing this, okay? Because that will not be okay. Let's try a few problems. That looks like I already solved this. Hold on. Alright, first one. You decide the sign. The sign will be negative. 4 goes in 44 how many times? 11 times, and that's why your answer will be negative 11a. Next one. 2 goes in 16 8 times. Your answer will be positive, right? 8x. Make sure you're not losing the variable. Number 3, you can do it, right? Number 4, 81 divided by negative 27 would be a negative quotient here, right? 27 goes in 81 3 times. Number 5, negative divided by positive, the answer would be negative. 6 goes in 144. Let's see how many times. 6 and 14, 2 times. 2 times 6, 12. Out of 14, 2. 6 and 24, 4 times. The answer would be negative 24. A. Make sure you're not losing it, right? 6. Negative 30 over negative 10. We can work with that first. That would be positive. And then all you have is 30 over 10 divided by itself, which is 1. Any number divided by itself, except 0, right, would be 1. Next one, 12x over 3 divided by 1 over 12x plus xyz. Be careful, do not rush, because here you have division, right? To divide, you skip, flip, multiply. Skip the first fraction, rewrite it the same way. Flip the second one, 1 over 12x, and write its reciprocal, which is 12x over 1, and then multiply them, and then add x, y, z. Following order of operations, you multiply first, right? 12x times 12x will be 12 times 12, which is 144. X times x, which is x squared. Do you guys see that? I'm multiplying 12 times 12, which is 144. And then I'm multiplying x times x. Because when you multiply fractions, you multiply top times top, bottom times bottom, and this will be over 3. Okay? Now obviously you could have simplified this 12 over x from the beginning and just say 3 goes in 12 4 times, and then work with that. We can do it now. It's up to you in whichever order you want to follow that. Now 3 goes in 144 how many times? 3 and 14 4 times, right? 3 times 4 is 12. Out of 14, 2. 3 goes in 24 8 times, and our answer here will be 48 x squared plus x y nothing else I can do about it. Alright, number 11. What should we do in here? Well, one of the properties of real numbers that you should use in here, it's telling you that if you have a plus b, everything over c. Now, obviously, c should be different than 0, right? You can rewrite this as what? The first number over c plus the second number over c. And this works if you have a minus b. It will still be the same story, right? So I can rewrite this as what? 36a over 12 minus 12 over 12. Let's simplify this. Well, 36 over 12 will be 3, because 3 goes in 36 3 times, will be 3a, your first term, minus, well, 12 divided by itself is 1. And this is the answer to number 11. Number 12, what is that? Some would say, right? Let's change column. Well, the rule says when you have a fraction, you have division, right? So I have the numerator, 5 over 8, divided by 5. When I'm dividing, I skip, flip, multiply. I'm skipping the first fraction, and I'm multiplying it by the reciprocal of the first one. So basically now you have negative 5/8 times 1 over 5. Well, 5 and 5 will cross cancel here, right? So your answer will be positive or negative? Negative, right? You got it right. It's negative times a negative. It would be 1 times, here you have 1 on the top, right? 1 times 1 is 1. 8 times 1 will be 8. Don't lose the sign. Negative 1/8. Good. Problem number 10. Negative 2/3 divided by 6. Skip, flip, multiply. Write the first fraction the same way it is and multiply it by the reciprocal of the second one. Now, as you can see here, 2 and 6 are both divisible by 2. So I can divide 2 by 2, which is what? 1. 6 divided by 2 will be 3. And then I will multiply. First of all, decide your sign. I have a negative times a positive. The sign will be negative. I have 1 times 1 on the top, which is 1. 3 times 3 on the bottom, which is 9. And this is the answer, right? Next one, same rule. Skip, flip, multiply. Well, first of all, I have a negative divided by a negative. That would be positive. Don't worry about the signs anymore. Skip the first fraction by writing it the same way it is. Flip the second one. Well, any number could be written as, over 1. So if I'm flipping, that will be 1 over 20, and then multiply them, right? 5 and 20, they both have a common factor, right? 5. So basically they will, I can cross cancel here by 5. 5 goes in 5 once, 5 goes in 20 4 times. You multiply top times top, 1. Bottom times bottom, 6 times 4, 24. And this is your answer here. Okay? Next one. Once again, what is the sign? Negative times negative will be positive. No more worries about the sign. Skip the first one, 8, and multiply it by the reciprocal of the second one. Okay? So basically you have 8 times 14 over 9. No cross cancellation here, be careful, right? So I have 8 times 14, 8 times 4 is 32, 8 times 1 is 8 plus 3, 11 over 9. Now if you want to write it as a mixed number, 9 goes in 11, and 11 how many times? Once. 9 out of 11 is 2, 9 goes in 22, 2 times, right? 2 times 9 is 18, 18 out of 22 will be 4 ninths, okay? And this is the answer for number 12. Alright, let's try a few more. 3/4 over negative 6. Well, this is nothing else but a division. You have 3/4 divided by negative 6. The rule says skip, flip, multiply. What is the sign of your answer? The sign will be negative, right? So I'll have negative 3/4 multiplied by the reciprocal of 6, which is 1 over 6. Now 6 and 3 could be both divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Your answer would be negative 1 times 1, which is 1, and the bottom is 4 times 2. That gives you 8. Okay, negative 1, 8. Number 14, no problem. 6 divided by 2 over 9. Be careful, right? Take one step at a time. 6 multiplied by the reciprocal of 2 over 9, which is 9 over 2. Well, 2 goes in 6 how many times? 3 times. 2 goes in 2 once. The answer here would be 3 times 9, which is 27. Number 15. Let's change colors again. Negative 7 multiplied by the reciprocal of the bottom, right? 5 over 2. Your answer here would be negative because you have a negative times a positive. 7 times 5 is 35 divided by 2. Well, if you want to write that as a fraction, as a mixed number, you can say, well, this would be negative. 2 goes in 3 once. 2 goes in 15 7 times, and 1 half, right? So you may say negative 17.5 as a decimal. Let's do a few more. 5x plus 25 over 5. Well, I can rewrite this as 5x over 5 plus 25 over 5, which equals 1. Well, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1x plus 25 divided by 5 is 5. Okay. 17. I'm going to rewrite this as 18t over negative 3 plus 12r over negative 3. One at a time. Negative 18 divided by negative 3 will be negative. 3 goes in 18 6 times, will be negative 16. 12 divided by negative 3 will be negative, right? So I can write plus negative. 3 goes in 12, 4r. And if you want, you can rewrite it as negative 16. Plus minus will make a minus here, 4r. Okay. Number 18. Same rule. 5a over negative 5 minus 10 over negative 5, which equals what? 5 divided by 5 is 1, but I have a negative sign, right? It will be negative a. 10 divided by 5 is 2, that is a negative, right? So it will be minus negative 2. But minus minus will make a plus. When you subtract, you add the opposites. You will have negative a plus 2, or if you want, you can write it as 2 minus a. Very good. Let's see this one. You can rewrite it as 18x over negative 6 plus 12 over negative 6, which equals what? Well, 18 divided by negative would be negative, right? Negative 6. 6 goes in 18 3 times, would be negative 3x. 12 divided by negative 6 will be negative 2. And you will be plus negative 2, or you can rewrite it as negative 3x minus 2. Next one. Okay, this is the same as negative 4c over 4 plus negative 16d over 4. Now simplify one at a time. 4 goes in 4 once, you have negative c plus 4 goes in 16 4 times plus negative 4d, right? You can write it like that, or you can write it as negative c plus and minus here will make it minus 4d. 21. This is 8 2k over negative 4 minus 12h over negative 4 equals what? 4 goes in 8 2 times, you have a negative, right? It will be negative 2k minus 4 goes in 12 3 times, don't forget about the sign, minus negative 3h. Well, when you subtract, you add the opposite. It will be minus 2k plus 3h or 3h minus 2k. Very good. And one more. How about negative 1 over negative 1 over negative 1 over negative 1, right? So as you notice, this fraction line is bigger than the other one. Okay, that big. What is this one? Well, negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1, right? Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1. So your answer here will be 1. Alright, this is it. I'll see you guys in class. Keep working on Unit 3, dividing the real numbers, rational numbers, whatever numbers. Thank you.